everybody, this is Warm Light Tarot. Welcome to today's reading. This reading is meant to help you gain clarity on a confusing friendship. And this video is a request, and I just wanted to let you know that if you have any other requests, feel free to ask me, and I will do my best to fulfill those requests. It might take me from a few weeks up to a month to fulfill them, if I am able to fulfill them. But if you are willing to wait that long, feel free to ask me, okay? And as usual, this is a general reading, so please only take in those messages that you resonate with and leave out the rest, okay? So we have 3 piles of cards here. Pile number 1, this is blue agate, sliced blue agate, and pile number 2, kyanite, and pile number 3, this is blue lace agate. Okay, so now I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards, about 10 seconds, so you can see which pile you feel most drawn to, and if you need more time, feel free to pause the video, okay? Hello, pile number 1. You chose this piece of sliced blue agate, and here are your cards. Let's have a look. So the first 3 cards that I pulled represent you. So we have the 10 of coins, 4 wands, and 9 of swords here. So these 2 cards tell me that you are doing quite well. They are very happy cards. They tell me of like happy social connections, like maybe you are feeling happy and fulfilled in a relationship, or you're just doing really well on the home front or with your business, like your finances could be flourishing, or your career business could be kind of taking off. These cards just have this kind of stable, joyful energy to them. Then we have the 9 of swords, which tells me of that despite feeling happy in these like certain aspects of your life, there are moments when you feel kind of alone, stressed. Maybe you are suffering from anxiety, maybe you feel haunted by something. And since this reading is about a confusing friendship, it could be that you are feeling really bothered by something that is going on with your friend, like you're just waking up at night, stressing out about the situation, feeling kind of alone regarding it. I feel like you are not really showing it to other people, but you're just keeping it to yourself, like when you're laying in bed at night, but on the outside everything in your life is doing quite well, it's going quite well. So let's look at your friends cards. So let's move this up a little bit. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Okay, so these two cards tell me that your friend is feeling tormented and anxious by something. Maybe exposed. Maybe you've had arguments and they're still kind of playing that in their head. Or something went wrong and they're just kind of looking back on what they've lost. The Eight of Cups is normally about walking away, but to me this card it kind of looks like this girl here, she's like looking longingly to the past. So maybe you had a falling out or something happened and your friend is really just looking to the past, kind of focusing on what went wrong. I feel like they're doing a bit worse than you. Like you have these happy cards here. Like your friend could be more bothered by the situation than what you are, or at least it could look that way to the outside world. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like they are gaining clarity and they are reaching this point of truth, possibly in regards to their emotions and feelings, since the clarifying card is the Queen of Cups. So they are tuning into their emotions and feelings, but they're doing it from a place of like being logic, and they're applying that logical, rational mindset to their emotions. I feel like they are very emotionally affected by this situation and by your friendship, since we have all these like cups cards here. We have the Five of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So it could be that there's someone very emotional, maybe more emotional than you are. And then the next cards that I pulled represent your relationship, your friendship, like your shared energies basically. So we have the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Chalices. So with the Five of Wands here, I feel like you've had some sort of disagreements. We have 2 5 cards here. So fives are about challenges. So there was a challenge to your friendship. Like I said, it's probably like disagreements, arguments, something like that. Both of these people in these 2 pictures are feeling kind of vulnerable and anxious, betrayed maybe, something like that. However, with the Hierophant and the Ace of Chalices here, I feel like there is a sincere friendship, a sincere connection between the 2 of you. There is a lot of love between the 2 of you. And the Ace of Chalices tells me of like feelings being stirred. So if you had a falling out or something, I feel like reconciliation is possible. I feel that way because of the Hierophant. It's a card of like spiritual love and commitment. And because of the Queen of Chalices, Queen of Cups down here, she's very emotionally mature. And the aces here, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Chalices, tell me of new beginnings. So it is possible that the aces represent like a new journey, that you are moving on from this relationship. or this friendship. But at the same time, I feel like I said, that there's a sincere connection between the two of you. So whatever went wrong, it is possible for both of you to solve this problem, whatever happened. And lastly, I pulled 2 advice cards. These are oracle cards. So we have insecurity here and psyche here. So the insecurity tells me that one of you, possibly your friend, is kind of getting their fears get the best of them. Like, maybe since you're doing so much better than they are, or if you had an argument or a disagreement, they're just feeling insecure about themselves and about your connection. Maybe they feel like they've lost you. Maybe they feel like they're not good enough for you, or maybe they're envious or jealous of something, and that has caused problems between the two of you. But these 2 cards just tell me of the importance of facing your fears and meeting your inner demons, kind of like your psychological imprint, your emotions, your fears, your thoughts, and just dealing with them on your own, because your responsibility is to yourself always. But also bringing that maturity that you gain through that process to your relationships, to your friendships. And I feel like that is what both of you should do in this situation. Like, look within yourself, look what is making you feel insecure, but then face those fears and those insecurities, and work on making amends if that is possible. But like I said, the Hierophant, like kind of being here in the middle, tells me that you have a genuine connection, and it could be worth saving this friendship. And like I said, I do feel like you have a strong emotional connection with all these chalices, these cups here, and with the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups in this reading. Okay, I really hope that this reading provided some clarity to you. Let me know if the reading resonated with you, and also remember to like and comment if you feel called to do so, and also subscribe if you haven't done that already. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, pile number 2. You chose this piece of Kyanite, and here are your cards. Let's have a look. So these first 3 cards that I pulled represent you. We have the Tower, the 10 of Cups or 10 of Chalices, and 2 of Coins. So the Tower tells me that there was some sort of big change in your life. It might have been a real shock to the system. The Tower is often associated with negative events, but it is possible that it was something positive as well. It's often related to like a loss of your sense of safety, so something that made you feel very safe and even happy collapsing and kind of forcing you to face your inner demons or move on, something like that. And with the 10 of Cups here, I kind of feel like maybe this shock here had something to do with your relationship. Like, maybe you fell in love with your friend, or maybe you met someone and that kind of came in and kind of shook your friendship. Like maybe you were really tight with your friend and then you met someone and it was just like this huge change. Or it could be that these two cards are completely unrelated, that yes, there was a big change to your life, and then at some point maybe you met someone, or you're just having this very happy period in your love life. Or if that doesn't really resonate with you, it could be that this card just represents some sort of fulfillment in your life, something that made you feel very emotionally happy and fulfilled. And the Two of Coins here just tells me that you are balancing between different things. Like it could be, like I said, if you've met someone, so you're like kind of balancing between your friend and your boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, your partner, or balancing between different things like like maybe this tower was something that really changed things for you in a big time, in a way that your life is kind of chaotic right now and you just have to be very kind of peaceful, balanced, and harmonious amid these kind of turbulent surroundings. Okay, so then let's look at your friends cards. So these cards represent your friends' energies. We have the Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Six of Coins. So these two cards here tell me that your friend is feeling kind of trapped or anxious by something, possibly by this thing that happened here. Maybe this tower here is related to them. Maybe something changed in your friendship. Like I said, there was a shock to the system. I feel like they don't really see a way out of this situation. They're just feeling very stuck and trapped. But it could be that on the outside they are feeling very kind of calm and collected. They're not really showing this side of them. And it could mean that, like, if you really met someone, that they're kind of feeling like they have to keep kind of balanced and be harmonious on the sake of you two, even though they're kind of feeling this way, like kind of anxious, like their whole world is kind of like or they're not doing as well as what they are showing to you. With these two cards here, kind of feel like they see you as a very patient, harmonious person. And since the Six of Coins is about kind of like sharing and giving, like giving and receiving, they feel like the two of you have this nice balance of equal give and take. Having said that, I do feel like this girl here in the picture has this unsure energy. She looks a little bit unsure. So it could be that, you know, maybe your friend is kind of pondering whether or not this give and take in your relationship has been equal. So let's look at the cards surrounding or the cards that represent the energies in your relationship. So we have the Hierophant, the Ace of Coins, and the Three of Swords here. The Hierophant tells me that you have a very genuine connection between the two of you. It could be like what I said earlier when I asked you, like, did you fall in love with your friend? It could be that you did fall for them, or you had something going on and that was like a huge thing in your relationship. Like if you were friends before and then you confessed that you're in love with them, it really just shook your world. And you kind of like offered your love to them. Because doesn't this look like an offering of something? But it didn't really go the way that you hoped it would with the Three of Swords here. Because this one is it's a card of heartbreak. As you can probably tell, it looks very sad. Yeah, I kind of feel like for many of you, maybe you actually had something going on with this person, but it didn't really go the way that you hoped it would go. And maybe then again for some of you, some others, it could be that, you know, you had a great friendship and then maybe you met someone else and your friend is kind of feeling left out and like heartbroken. Like this new relationship came and kind of shook your friendship, shook your world. The Swords here tells me that maybe your friend is kind of like overthinking this situation, because the Swords are about, you know, mental energy. So it could be that, you know, they're just bothered by something. And I feel like maybe they're not communicating that with you. They're just kind of feeling broken on the inside. Okay. I also pulled 2 oracle cards just to offer some advice to this situation. And the cards are called Soulmate and Improbability. So with the Soulmate, but because this is a card of like love and just facing your feelings, it could be that I mean, don't these 2 cards look pretty much the same? Like the hand position is pretty similar. Like these cards just tell me that, yeah, maybe this connection is true and genuine. Like it is like soulmate level relationship. Like that could be romantically or not, but you're definitely very important to each other. And this improbability card here is about kind of like going for it and risking it, taking a chance, like despite the odds being against you. So I feel like these cards just kind of like tell you to follow your heart. They tell you to, you know, trust that this connection is genuine. Like soulmate doesn't necessarily mean like a romantic connection. It could be like soulmates, like as friends. So if you had a falling out or something went wrong in your relationship, it could be like worth fighting for. And if you feel like you are meant to be, like you confessed your feelings and they didn't really react positively to it, this card could advise you just to stay the course and maybe help them deal with their, overthinking, because we have these swords here. Or if you met someone else and you feel like you're soulmates with them, just trust that emotion. Trust that it's meant to be, and that your friendship with with your friend will, find its way as well. To be honest, I'm having a little bit like confusing feelings related to this reading. I feel like I am not really I'm not being able to reach like all nuances that I'm hoping. Well, this is a very interesting reading to me because, we have the soulmate card and the Hierophant, just like a card of commitment and spiritual love. But then we have like the card of heartbreak here as well. So something went wrong. And the Tower. Very interesting. Probably if this reading resonates with you, you are able to kind of like explain to yourself a little bit better. But very interesting cards for sure. And I hope that this reading provided some clarity to you in this situation. Okay? So that was the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and like this video if this reading resonated with you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that if you like this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. You chose this blue lace agate. And here are your cards. Let's have a look. So the first 3 cards that I pulled represent you. You have the Justice, Temperance, and the Queen of Chalices here. So I just get the sense that you are a very kind of ethical, just, balanced person. You have emotional depth, and I kind of feel like you are on this new path in life, like figuring things out from a new perspective, and maybe like healing from some past issues. Maybe healing from something related to this relationship, or it could be something else as well. Maybe you are seeking justice for something, maybe for yourself or for some other cause. I'm just getting this very, like, on one hand you have this very kind of dreamy, intuitive vibe to you, but then we also have this very, the Justice card is very kind of clear, sharp, shrewd. I'm just getting very kind of powerful vibes from all these cards. Like you're definitely on, like, maybe on your life mission right now. Discovering new things, maybe about yourself, about the world, things like that. I also pulled 3 cards to represent your friend. So we have the 9 of Wands, 8 of Chalices, and the 4 of Swords here. with these two cards here, the Justice and the Nine of Wands, I feel like maybe you had some sort of disagreement about something. Like maybe you are on different paths in your life and you've grown apart, but your friend is not really giving up. They're like fighting for something, possibly for your friendship. And I feel like maybe you're like more focused on your own journey, and your friend is maybe more focused on you and your friendship. Like the Eight of Chalices is normally about walking away, but to me it kind of looks like this girl here in the picture is kind of longing for something, like longing for you to come back. They're longing for this friendship to return to its normal. Like maybe you had a very deep connection at some point, but then you grew apart or something like that, and they don't really want to face the fact that maybe your friendship has, it has turned into something else, like maybe you've grown apart or something like that, like I said. But with the Four of Swords, I kind of feel like maybe they've realized that the fighting has to stop. Like maybe you actually had like disagreements, so they feel like they want that to stop, or if they've been fighting for this friendship, they just kind of realize that, they need rest, they need to recharge and just accept the situation as it is. So while they miss you, it might be that they're moving on from this relationship or this friendship as well, or at least like putting a pause to this situation, whatever is going on. And the next three cards that I pulled represent your friendship, so the energies between the two of you. So we have the Four of Chalices, the Fool, and the Eight of Coins. So the Four of Chalices tells me of like apathy and of feeling kind of disillusioned and bored, like maybe you're not really appreciating this friendship anymore. Like I feel like maybe you had a really good connection, but something happened and now you're kind of feeling like you just want to move on. You want to focus on new things. And this relationship or this friendship is not really offering to you what you want out of it. The Fool is a very happy card. It's like, I feel like you want to create something new. You want to start a new journey. And it is possible, like if you're still friends, that it is possible for you to kind of like rekindle your friendship. But this could also represent an entirely new path. Like you want to leave this friendship behind. Like maybe you're going to college or something like that, or moving to a different city, or you're just on a different path and you just want to follow this new path that you're on. And this is the Eight of Coins is a card of like commitment and hard work. So I feel like you want to dedicate your time to this new journey. Like you want to work on like yourself and your future. Or if you if you still want this friendship to succeed, it requires a lot of work, like it requires inner work on yourself, but also, you know, to work on this friendship between the two of you. But in general, I'm just getting like very different energies between the two of you. So it could be, like I said, that you are on two different stages in life. Like with the Fool here, it's like it is like a new beginning for both of you. So yeah, sure, that could be within that friendship, like a new beginning. But it could be that, you know, you're just, both of you are moving on and starting this new journey. Like maybe you're going to school somewhere else, or you're just moving away, you're just focusing on different things, and you are in different stages in your life. Okay. Next, I pull some oracle cards for advice. So we have a card called Growth, and Earth, and a jumper called Synchronicity. So this Growth card is about, you know, facing what you've overgrown and just embracing your own growth. So I really feel like if the two of you have grown apart, it is time for you to accept that. It doesn't mean that your friendship has to be over. Like maybe sometimes you just have to focus on different things. Like if you are, let's say, in high school and you have a really tight group of friends there, and then, you know, when it's time for you to go to college, you wouldn't want to do that. You would just want to stay with your friends. That would limit your growth, because sometimes you just have to move on in life and take new chances. So I feel like this is what this card tells you to do. Just follow your own growth. And it could be that at some point in your life, even if you and your friend would go like your separate ways, doesn't mean that your friendship has to be over. It could be that like 10 years from now you actually become like better friends as a result of both of you pursuing your own interests and your own path. But at this point, it could be a sign for you to just kind of like let go of this friendship. Like maybe you have like different energies, and it might not be beneficial for you to focus too much on them. Like this Earth card here tells me that you are creating something new. Like you are, like these hands are kind of like pointing towards the earth of you, like wanting to like grow something in your life, like plant the seeds for something new. And I feel like there's also like spiritual energy in this, with this card of synchronicity. Like synchronicity is about time, like the correct time. So maybe it's time to let go, time to move on, or maybe for some of you it's time to repair this friendship. But I still feel like for most of you it's kind of like time to trust that, you know, like trust the process, and trust that time is on your side. Like things are meant to go the way they're meant to go. Like maybe at this point you really want to focus on your own journey and your own inner growth, and that's okay. Sometimes you need to focus on yourself and focus on your future and your goals and dreams. Okay? And it doesn't mean that it's the end for your friendship, but it could be that you're just in different stages in your life. It is not worthwhile to like focus on this friendship right now if it doesn't feel like it is helping you grow as a person. Okay? So that was your reading, pile 3. I really hope that it provided some clarity to you. If this reading resonated with you and you liked it, remember to like and comment, and also subscribe if you haven't done that already. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.